All right, and we are rolling. So, hey everyone, welcome back to the next edition of The Song of the Wilds.
What?
Yeah!
I honestly did not think we would get this far. We are now 1/4 of the way to 100. This is chapter 20 fucking 5.
Hey,
yeah.
How did we get here?
Finally buy renter's insurance to rent a car.
Keep in mind, this was supposed to be a one-shot.
A two shot at the most, because I have never DM'd before, and I honestly didn't think any of you would like my DMing style. But apparently,
And now here we are.
and yet here we are. So yeah, this is chapter 25 of the Song of the Wilds. I am Evan, your humble dungeon master. We have all our various party members, minus 2. Liam is still on his way, and Class, well, if you watched last episode, you understand what happened there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have all of our resident audience members, the lovely Sabrina, Briar, and Josh, and as well as the lovely little Fawnberry.
Oh, Fawnberry.
We love you, Fawnberry. It's my TikTok daughter, y'all.
Yeah.
So yeah, chapter 25, that is definitely, Josh DeHuman is now hosting us. Thank you very much, Mr. Human.
Got you.
So like always, we would like to open up before we actually start playing to some announcements and such. I would like to actually say the first announcement here. Carly and I have found an apartment.
Yeah.
It is in the heart of downtown Lockport. It is this adorable little ground level, single level apartment, very cozy.
It's in the heart of the cards.
Is it?
It is in the heart of the cards.
The usual reference, man.
Anywho, this coming Tuesday will be the day that Carly and I head over there, sign the paperwork, give the safety deposit and first month's rent, and then they give us the keys. And then once we get the official all clear that the place is all clean and fixed up, we're gonna just start slowly moving stuff in over time. It's gonna be very exciting. We've been slowly kind of buying kitchen stuff here and there. Got a hand mixer earlier today, so that was fun.
I bought a set of pots and pans at the thrift store yesterday for $10, which I was extremely excited about.
And your family is gifting us a brand new pull-out couch, as well as
It's not brand new. It's from a wholesale place.
It's new for us. It's new for us.
Yeah, but they get like stuff from different hotels, and they sell it for like a pretty good deal. But it's like really good quality stuff, and it's clean. So it looks like it was never used. So it might as well be new.
Nice.
Nice.
That's funny to hear because the people that I work for and that I dog sit for also just moved, and the amount of stuff that they were trying to pawn off to me was hilarious. And I'm just like, "Do you want me to pay you for this?" They're like, "No, just take it. We don't want it." And I'm just like, "Are you sure?"
That's basically where my mom is right now, because my parents are also moving. They're moving to Arkansas. So my mom is like, "Do you want this? Do you want that?" So it's like me and Evan literally don't have to buy shit because they're just giving me all of their stuff. It's a Liam.
Hey, so until my computer's Discord starts, I'm just gonna do this.
That actually seems to be working out a little bit better than your computer. You're already coming in so much clearer.
Yeah. Just get McDonald's and not get me anything.
Yeah,
How
what the
rude.
fuck, Liam?
Like, you share with the
I know, it's
class?
not like me and Evan had Wendy's today. Like,
Yeah,
I'm a fat ass.
yeah,
I'd have
but the
and
Wendy's
McDonald's
today
in one day.
sucked.
No, I have to go
It
get
did. That
Sprite.
Wendy's was awful.
They
I'm very disappointed.
they changed management recently, and now everything is like tasteless.
They left the mayonnaise on my burger. And I hate mayonnaise. And I was really upset about that.
There was barely any cheese and bacon on my cheesy bacon baked
First world
potato.
problems. First world problems. Am I right? Am I right?
Well, that being said, let's continue to get a move on here. So yeah, Carly and I are getting an apartment. Does anyone else have any announcements before we begin? Yes, Izzy.
Hi, just in time. I got it right. I will be adding. These aren't my stickers, but I'm just going to use them as a prop. But I will be having Halloween stickers coming October 20th.
Ooh.
So stay on the lookout. I have Halloween stickers.
So cute.
Any other little announcements?
There's
I'm home from
still
vacation.
plenty of merch in the Human Reserve merch store that y'all can buy, including Professor Kendro's merch and whatnot. The lovely Davina, Miss Carly here, is helping me out with all of that. So, and there should be
Talk to you.
and there is a Instagram page coming up this week. So that will be coming up
I
soon.
had an idea about your store, Josh. I'll DM you about it later.
Perfect.
Next announcement goes to class. What do you got for us?
I have a job interview in the morning. 10 a.m.
Where?
10 a.m. Santa's coming to town. I know him.
Alright, headphone users. That was loud as fuck.
What?
I pulled a Liam and used thaumaturgy in your ears.
Yes, you.
So where is this place that you're having an interview at, class?
Starbucks. Oh, it's a
It's
very indie coffee shop. Very few people have heard of it.
But
It's not very well known.
I mean, as someone who makes Starbucks, everything other than the frappuccinos,
Bullshit.
it's going to be easy to like make those coffees. But it'll just take time. Anyway,
Any other little announcements today?
I found a cat who's. So we've been looking at cats just because I want another furry black thing because I miss mine. I found one and his name was Lemon.
Oh,
Oh, he was so cute. Can't have him though. No lemon. I wanted the lemons.
You want everything. You want all the cats.
Yes, Carly.
So speaking of me and
soon
Evan
enough?
moving. So speaking of me and Evan moving, this might actually be one of the last Song of the Wilds for a while because our schedule is going to be really weird. We will keep you all posted on the Instagram, which sorry to do a post this week. I've been really busy with work. And of course on the Twitter as well.
I got a post finally.
Yeah, things are going to be a little hectic in these coming weeks, but once we officially
we
move
know.
in, and once we figure out the whole internet situation, we will be back online with announcements and such, and we will let you guys know when our next big session is. So yeah, unfortunately, most likely next Sunday, there's not going to be any Song of the Wilds, but the social media will still be very active. We'll keep you guys posted. Any other announcements before we begin?
One more. So in like what, 2 weeks, Leah? She's coming. I think it's 2.
Yeah, it's 2.
Yeah.
You're right.
In 2 weeks.
Okay, because it's the same weekend that me and Evan are actually going to be moving.
Yeah. Our lovely small bard Arios is going to be coming down to visit me and Carly, aka Davina, and we're going to have a fun shoot. Hopefully these friggin' smoke bombs come in on time.
And I will be
That's
shooting
really
the
fun.
shoot.
I'm gonna be doing a gender bent Sam Winchester. Leah's gonna be my dean. And Kira, are you being Lucifer or are you being Crowley?
Oh, I'm being Crowley. I don't have everything
That's
for
what I figured. I was like, I know I shouldn't even ask because you always are, but I wanted to.
I might need to do Lucifer at some point, just for the shits.
And I will be photographing the shoot.
Yes. And we've been conversating about everything. So,
Yes, this is going to be a very fun experience. I am trying to be a better photographer, and I want people to like me.
People love you, babe.
I was like, oh, you're very likable.
Aww. Anywho,
that's it.
are
We
there?
love you the way you are. We don't need to be anything else.
Oh, that's it. Poor Evan.
You're not hiding. You can't hide from the love, Evan. Evan, come back.
I love a turtle.
You can't hide from the love.
Don't break it.
Evan,
You have to DM.
Evan,
No, okay, guys. So I'm
Evan.
gonna be the DM for today
Evan,
because Evan
we
needs to
can't
take a
hide from the
break.
love. We can't. Oh God! And now he is Uber.
Now I'm what?
I said, and now he burped.
Any other little last minute announcements before we begin?
No,
I should be getting a dog soon.
Oh,
Nice.
Love puppies.
puppies are great. Anything else?
Mm-hmm. I love you all.
Aww.
Love you all.
All right.
All right, let's go kill things.
All right, time to go kill things. Well, with that being said, let us continue with Chapter 25 of The Song of the Wilds, The Assault on Lunas.
Oh, I wonder what's gonna happen in today's session.
Where we last left off our group of intrepid hunter warriors known as D. They had finally encountered the powerful force behind the cult that had taken over Yip's old village, and it was a pair of the pantheon of civilization, Eva, the goddess of peace, and Varus, the god of war. It was a very hectic and hard and very emotional battle, considering that Varus had possessed the body of Yip's son Donatello. However, during that fight, and with some magical assistance from their owlbear friend, they were able to successfully not only free Donatello from possession, but they were able to finally vanquish both the god and the goddess, freeing the village from the cult. However, this victory did come at a very emotional price. Yip made the very hard decision to leave his group, and while still as a member of the Greyblades, decided to stay behind to help rebuild the village, and to hopefully make it one that is actually not so crazy anymore. So,
Not a cult.
not a cult. Totally not a cult. There will be no Kool-Aid served here. So, with that being said, after a long and tearful goodbye, the remainder of Group D decided to board their airship with their friend Old Joe, the pilot. And they have been flying back from the village for the past few days back to Acheron. And that is where we are right now. All of you, pretty much everyone aside from Yip for obvious reasons, you all have been flying on your airship for the past 3 days, or however long it took to get from Acheron to Yip's village.
Does that mean that we get a full night's rest?
You have gotten like multiple long rests. You are all fully healed. You have been well fed, thanks to the provisions that have been stocked on the airship. Thanks to Yip and his villager friends, well, the ones who were slightly less crazy, they were able to give you some restocking for your ship.
You got the cooked chicken out of the walls.
Yep, indeed. That being said, it is still a very sad moment for you all because you are now returning to Acheron, your home and your headquarters, minus one follower. The airship lands back at the port, and the engines turn off, and the ramp goes down as you are now all allowed to exit the airship and go about your business in Acheron. It is currently 7 p.m. at night right now, so you all have a little bit of time to do anything amongst yourselves as you wish before you all will have to turn in for the night and be ready for who knows what is gonna come for you next day. So, that being said, what are you all gonna do?
I look at Arios and I say, so, I believe you, mentioned something about a date?
I believe I do owe you a date. pretty lady.
Oh, lead the way.
So Arios and Davina decide to look more on the bright side of life, and they both are gonna go on a nice little little date with just the two of them. As for everyone else in the party, what will you all do?
I think I like to level up last week.
You have not leveled up.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I like to think those weapons and stuff we got from Varys, I would have tried to see what those were. Like there was a maul, a battle axe, the chain, and the kite shield or tower shield.
It was okay. So the things that
Sir, you gave the battle axe to me.
You have the battle axe, yes.
Yeah, Davina did officially get... Davina is the official owner of the battle axe. However, you were able to acquire, not equip just yet, the giant tower shield, the chain, and the maul. However, I am just going to tell you right now, you are not going to be able to use these items. You are going to have to attune to them, which means that you are going to have to stay with them for a full night's rest again before they will start to actually get used to you and you can effectively use them. If you even want to use them in the first place.
Well,
because if you would recall, Mr. DM, I did throw my battle axe overboard, and I think it was either Atarax or Mistral who got really mad because they wanted me to sell it. Yeah, it was Mistral. And you said that I would be getting the stats for my weapon. Did you do that yet?
I'm sorry, were you talking to me or Atarax?
I just said, Mr. DM.
Oh, I couldn't hear that.
Jordan you said that I would be having new stats for my weapon. Have you done that?
It is gonna actually be very simple. This axe is known as the War Axe of Fire. And essentially, it's actually going to have all of the exact same stats as your original battle axe, but it is going to add an additional 3 points of fire damage for every successful hit.
Is that in here?
No, we are gonna have to work on that later. But for now, whenever you land a hit, just add an extra 3 points.
Okay, give me a minute. Let me write that.
I unfortunately haven't had time to actually make these items or find them because, like Carly, I too have been very busy this past week.
Everyone.
That's fair.
Well, until we get that figured out, I'm not proficient in warhammers or mauls. Is there anyone that would like to take this? And the chain, perhaps. Someone with more actions per turn per se, where they could make use of it more.
Well, one of the tieflings would have to. Let me look.
One of you can get the battle hammer, and one of you can get the chain.
Wait, did he have a battle hammer?
No, he just had the maul.
Okay, so maul, battle hammer, improper nomenclature.
A maul is like a spiky sphere. A battle hammer is literally just a hammer.
Okay.
That's where I was like.
I think the more appropriate term would be like giant mace.
This weapon of sorts, someone else can have it, and the chain. I don't think anyone else uses a shield, do they? I could use that if, no one else cares.
Polo, do you want the mace, or do you want me to take it?
I mean, I wanted to go talk to Volfric, but
you don't want any weapon?
I guess I'll take a new weapon.
Okay. There you go.
Alright, so at this time, Polo, you are now in possession of Varys' mace. You don't really know the attributes of this weapon yet. It is going to need some time to get used to you and your aura before it can finally awaken. Basically, you just got to spend time with it to get naturally attuned to it.
Okay.
For now, at this time, to you, it's just a normal, pure iron mace.
Okay. How do I add a weapon?
Equipment. Manage equipment.
Alright. Oh, okay. You said it was an iron mace?
Well, I wasn't saying that was its official name. I was just saying that's just what it is.
Oh, okay. Alright. Stuff's loading, but I'll do it on my own time.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. This is we'll cross this bridge when we get to it.
Yep.
All right. Now, so Arios and Davina are going on a date. Polo has decided to have a meeting with Volthric.
Yeah.
That still leaves Atarax and Eden. What are you guys and Mistral? What are you guys doing?
I feel like reporting to Volthric is definitely high on the list.
Yeah.
Okay, so Atarax is going to be joining with Polo. Anyone else going to be joining him?
A shock to no one, Mistral decides not to.
Mistral, what are you going to be doing for these last few hours in the night?
Just going to my room.
She gotta get blazed.
She has 3 days.
Very well.
She's not gonna remember any of those
judge
3 days.
here.
Mistral returns to her room for her own version of rest and recuperation. The few hunter warriors that are just walking down the hall, passing her room, have this reaction of, "Hey, do you smell brownies?"
No, dude, I smell a skunk.
So if I got this right, Davina and Arios, you guys are on a date. Atarax and Polo and Eden, are all three of you going to be visiting Volthric?
I'm waiting till a little later.
You're going to wait till a little later. Okay, so for this, we'll just say that Eden is going back to his quarters. Sorry, is going back to his quarters to rest and recuperate. Same as Mistral. All right. So for this, we are going to be focusing first on Polo and Atarax as you guys, basically, as soon as you guys all get to the lobby of Greyblade headquarters, Davina and Arios, you just both kind of split off, arms locked with each other, kind of going off doing your own thing.
Tra-la-la-la-la.
Tra-la-la-la-la, indeed. Mistral and Eden, you go down to the quarters side of the headquarters, so you can all just basically collapse in your rooms. Atarax and Polo, you guys take the stairs all the way up to the topmost floor where Volthric's office is. As you approach, the massive ruby red doors that you have all become so accustomed to just seem to open automatically, and Volthric is sitting at his table looking over some official documents and such. He sees you, he just kind of glances up from the papers and then quickly, sets them aside for a moment, leans down and goes, "So, I take it that since you are back, your quest was successful?"
In a matter of speaking.
Volthric obviously just kind of picks up on that, goes, "What do you mean by that?"
Well, as far as anything is concerned, the cult should no longer be a problem that was happening over there, but our good Master Yip has decided to stay and become the new leader.
So it's true. That place where the cult was his old village.
Yes, you'll have to excuse me, Lord Volthric. I sometimes forget where you're up to speed on certain things.
I may be the master and commander here, but I still depend on other people to tell me things. So, if anything, I should apologize for still getting up to speed on your exploits. Still, though, I do wish Yip well on his endeavor. However, that does leave your team just one man short for a moment.
And that is something that I really do not think is a good idea for our team.
I do agree. Let me work on this for a bit. I'll have you come back to my office once I have something for you. Until then, are there any more details of your report?
Yeah. We fought 2 gods.
Volthric almost immediately, like, twists his hand, and the doors into his office just slam shut.
Explain.
Bam!
There's a giant thud that resonates through the whole headquarters, and everyone's like,
You have a talent. You have a talent with words, Dragonborn.
This is one of those things I feel we need to cut straight to the chase.
Probably.
Volthric nods in agreement and goes like, very well, Master Adarax, please explain.
Why did the music go all Disney?
This is the D&D Peaceful Atmosphere playlist on
Is that
Spotify.
like the opening bit for Beauty and the Beast?
Kind of like Beauty and the Beast, Legend of Zelda. Like it's a lot of different ambience. But anyway, please continue. He addressed you, Adarax.
No, so well, the cult you see that had taken over Yip's former village was essentially led by Eva.
The goddess of peace.
Yes.
A name ironically given.
Volthric just kind of like grunts for a moment and he just rubs his eyes. Even though his hand is still very much in a solid gauntlet of like silvery iron, he still is able to like rub his eyes and his nose in like annoyance and such. You said you fought 2 gods. Who is the other?
Well, her other half, naturally. Varys.
It would appear that they are starting to become a little bit more active now.
Well, we kind of killed Varys, and Eva escaped. So I don't know if having the goddess of peace on our backsides is going to be any extra trouble for the time being.
Not backsides.
Volthric just kind of looks around for a moment, thinking, and then he turns back to the both of you. Varys may be vanquished, much like how you all did with Toras back at the Balmaris Manor all those days ago. However, destroying a god is no easy feat. This might be one of those situations where even if one has been vanquished, even if there are no others, you might not be out of the woods yet.
Oh, I don't assume we would be.
Master Volfric, can I ask you something?
Sure I can, top of Polo's head.
I'm very short, sir. I really don't like being in the...
You both are quite literally dick height to Volthric.
Thank God he's sitting down.
Alright. Why would the so-called goddess of peace want to run a cult of these Abraxi? I always forget what it is.
Arakakwa,
that's it, yeah. Why would the Goddess of Peace want to run a cult for the Arakakwa? In fact, why would the Goddess of Peace care about running this small cult at all?
The one thing that you are going to have to understand, Master Polo, is that the mentality and timelines of gods are very, very different from our own. Whereas for us, the start of a cult being able to turn into a worldwide revolution would be a matter of years upon years. However, for a god, to them it would only feel like a few seconds. Perhaps Eva was starting something and she had more patience to what it could possibly have turned into. Plus, all of the holy texts of the gods suggest that Eva, while a goddess of peace, is also a goddess that only cares about the ends and not the means. If some lives had to be lost in order to achieve peace, she wouldn't lose any sleep over it.
Something doesn't sit right with me.
How so?
Why go to all this trouble when they already are in control of the church?
Perhaps there is something that is threatening that control.
Do you think it's the very thing we possess?
You have a bunch of gods that have remained in power for not even I know how long. And now here you all come strolling along with a brand new god. I would certainly feel threatened.
I just keep feeling like there's a piece we're missing.
Volthric, at that moment, then stands up, towering over you. I understand all of your possible misgivings with this, but even I know that we just don't have all of the information just yet. For now, I would simply have to say that, as a job well done, you both have certainly earned your rest. Get a good night's rest. Right now, something may be happening in the coming days. So I suggest that you all sleep well and be ready for it. Should anything happen, I will ask for you.
Understood, sir.
Very well. You are dismissed, and he plops back down on his giant, King Yemma chair. And he just goes back to his papers. And the doors, open automatically, allowing you guys to exit.
It's impressive every time I see it.
Adarex just walking through the doorway of, oh, damn, that's awesome.
That's why you're best boy. Because you're a bean.
We will now turn the cameras away from Adarex and Polo over to Davina and Arios. Arios, you have decided to take Davina into basically the downtown area of Acheron, where things are just a little bit more lively. It's already basically nighttime, but it's only 8 p.m., so the nightlife here is still very active. I wouldn't exactly call this the high-class section of Acheron, but it's definitely where all of the shops and the cafes and all of the taverns are. So, what are you two going to do?
I'm gonna take her to a nice tavern. Get this pretty lady something to eat.
That sounds delightful.
Maybe play her some smooth jazz.
Ooh. like that movie, Ron Burgundy. All right, cool. Oh. DM. We go.
So
and we're at the tavern.
You both enter the tavern, and sorry, I'm just having a good time just listening to you guys.
No, you're fine.
You both enter the tavern, and you have found that it's already quite packed, though there are a couple open tables here and there. You see an empty table just kind of tucked away in the corner. It's a little bit out of the way, but still in plain view of the main floor, as well as the bar, as well as the many other wenches and waiters that are serving food everywhere. You both take a seat down at the table. Almost immediately, flipping down from the rafters, comes this. He almost looks like a tabaxi. However, he seems to have the similar fur. He doesn't seem to have cat ears though, but he does have fur and a tail. He turns right back around. This guy's not a cat. He's a monkey.
Monkey man.
And he starts saying, "Oh, this is the night."
Monkey man.
Monkey man. Monkey, monkey, monkey man. Not at me. Not to be mean. This came from deep in her subconscious.
I don't even think she knew that she was saying it.
So, the monkey man in like a standard tavern waiter outfit just kind of like hops down to the floor and he just smiles at you both and goes like, "Ah, some new faces, huh? So, what can we get you?"
Well?
Why'd I give him that voice? Hi, I'm
I
Sonic.
don't know. because it's Sun.
I'm
It's
Jaden
literally
Yuki, a
Sun
Cypher
from
Red!
RWBY.
Oh my god, it is Jaden Yuki.
That too. That works just as well. Well, what do you recommend, sir?
Well, let me see. We've gotten some very nice good slices of... Well, let me see, actually. Hey! Hey, Carl, what do we got? Hold on, just one moment. And the monkey man flips, basically, in a single bound, leaps back up into the rafters, acrobats his way from beam to beam over to the kitchen, and you see this very disgruntled red-haired dwarf who is chopping up what seems to be like pieces of a very giant eel.
Ooh.
Now, I love these kind of characters.
Well, after everything that happened last session, I kind of wanted to give you guys a break.
Yeah, well, I mean, why do you think I made a half-orc bard? It's because I love putting weird characters in odd, like, occupations.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah.
All right. After some conversing that you can't quite hear over the roar of the tavern, the monkey man trapezes himself back over to you and he goes, "All right, so the special of the day is freshly delivered, very good, very lean serpent. Came all the way from Lunas."
Ooh, I will have that.
All right.
How about you?
That's one order of Lunas, and what does the nice-looking man want?
The same.
All right, 2 orders of serpent.
You are a man, right?
What does that matter? We're having a nice time. We will not take your hate here.
The monkey man gives you all a thumbs up, and he flips back. Josh, stop it! He flips back over to the kitchen to give the order. Meanwhile, at this time, this very nice-looking half-elven like barmaid comes over with a small little parchment pen. She just kind of smiles to the both of you. For the both of you equally, a little bit of a flirty wink. And she just goes like, "Can I get you anything to drink?"
I'll just have some water.
Her smile definitely kind of fades a bit at the mention of water, and then she turns back to Arios. "And for you, nice man?"
Just oh, yeah, I'll have a pint of ale.
All right. And her smile brightens up from there. And then she looks like she's gliding over to the bar to get your drinks.
So, what made you want to be a musician?
Leah, you're like really muted.
I cannot hear you.
Yeah.
I cannot hear you at
girl.
all.
But you're not.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Oh shit!
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah, there
there
you
we
go.
go.
You were too far from the mic. That's what was going on.
All right. Well, it's a long story. I had a friend that I was in a theater group with, and handed me a flute, said, "Hey, this might be fun," and just went from there.
I started a play written by some half-orc named Bren Pronze.
Well, I mean, I don't know very much about you. Like, we've talked quite a bit, but I mean, we aired out my dirty laundry for everyone to see. You know, what made you want to ask me out, Arios?
I assume the big questions.
Oh yeah.
How many children? Did I have a question?
Where'd you go with that pint when you do?
Did Kira raise her hand?
It's just like glowing. It's like turning red or purple because he's like,
As if on cue, that half-elven barmaid finally does come back and sets both of you 2 giant wooden pint mugs in front of you, ale for Arios and just pure ice water for Davina. And then she walks away with a smile.
I'm an ASMR. Alcohol tastes like shit to me.
Well, you never explained that to the barmaid.
I'm not gonna. Okay, wow. I'm not gonna be like, hey, sorry, can't drink alcohol. It tastes like actual sewage. Thanks, though.
You got a cordial, right?
If the barmaid reacted to all of that, wouldn't that be metagaming? Unless you told her?
You're not wrong.
Told you.
I'd say don't argue before you guys move in together.
It's a very good point.
Oh god, yeah, that's a good
Well,
point.
okay, I'm gonna make this easier for you. Ask me anything, Arios. I'm an open book.
At this point, actually, Polo probably knows more about Davina than Arios does. I just realized that.
oh no, you need some tea there. Need some tea there, my friend.
Oh no, this is popcorn. I'm enjoying the show.
Piping hot tea.
But that's none of my business.
Where'd you grow up?
I lived in a lovely small village by the mountains with my parents.
What were like?
Let me look at my character sheet, because it's been a hot minute since I remember their name.
I mean, let me consult my memory for a moment.
Davina just slowly looking at her hand, just like, I was born in... History check, yeah, exactly.
The ink is all smudged by now.
That was,
It's like a bad
My
Drake and
name
Josh
is
episode.
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci? What?
My name is Da Vinci.
I am the species of ass to mouth? That can't be right.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
My name Jeff.
Where? It was Belton and
Right?
their names were Belton and Emissa. How about yours? Where did you grow up?
Jazz is part of A-Holper.
Okay, Arios, roll. Since you downed the entire pint, roll me a Constitution check.
You brought this on yourself, Leah. Brought this on yourself. Oh no, honey.
Oh no.
This date's going great.
Arios, because you binged the entire pint of ale in
Yes,
just
I
a
did.
couple gulps, you basically start to feel very loose, very warm in the face, and also really friggin' confident.
Yes! Finally, alright.
Come out in gibberish, I will laugh.
No, that's not until after the second part. Come on now. Help myself for one part. It's all good. It's all good.
But
I'm
you
good.
never
I'm great.
answered my question. Where did you grow up?
So I don't know who my family is.
Oh.
I grew up in slavery.
That's something we have in common.
I'm gonna go cry now.
Except I
Yeah, no, same.
didn't sit in one place all too well. So,
Valid.
I
I was taken from my family when I was 10.
and yeah, so he
Is that
actually,
why you have all those scars on your arm?
they're not just on my arm.
They're like all over.
Full
Do you
body.
remember who imprisoned you?
It was more they tried to beat me to make sure I didn't run away.
Yeah,
It
they did that
didn't
to me
work.
too.
It didn't work.
It never worked.
Anyway, and every single time it got worse. And I finally found the theater crew who taught me the theater, but they also taught me how to steal, make a living, and here I am.
Let me tell you something, Arias. That story makes you a whole lot more likable, and you are already very likable as a person.
I love your
So,
tragic backstory.
Let me make it work.
Unite.
Fuck you! I'm trying to be all cute and shit, and you ruined it.
Davina, I can fix him. I can fix him.
Yeah, no, some 12-year-old Carly's coming out. But I mean, we all have scars that make us who we are as people,
The scars
be
are
it on the
beautiful.
outside or on the inside.
Ari gets up and walks over and just hugs her.
Aww.
I'm sorry, I'll get back.
Wait, are you both standing up?
No, like he went and like full on just like over her shoulders, just like
Aww.
I'm gonna take a nap now.
Get it?
My heart
I know,
is here, and now my heart is here and shattered, and you two need to fix
Is
it.
there music playing, Evan?
Yeah, there is.
I'm gonna offer Arios my arm and say, "Good sir, may I have this dance?"
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Let's see if I can remember
Hell
that.
yeah.
You both decide to join the merry group of other couples and groups of friends that are just dancing with the very lively music in the tavern that are playing right now. All right. I would like you both to roll me performance checks.
Should Arios get a disadvantage because he's drunk?
Or is that Arios' drunk skill? Everyone has a drunk skill. It's Arios' drunk skill dancer.
You know what? Just for now, let's just do straight rolls. Just from the both of you.
I got an 8.
Arios, what did you roll?
I got a
We spent so long trying to teach Davina how to fly, we forgot to teach her how to dance.
Davina, you get up there, and it's at that moment that you realize the only dancing that you have ever done in your life is very fancy, formal ballroom dancing.
That sounds about right.
You have no experience in this kind of high energy, like, tavern jigging that they got going on. Arios, on the other hand, is...
Lord of the Dance, river dancing.
First of all, Arios is too drunk and hoary to care about your dancing, you know? So...
that is true. Arios is having so much of a good time that he does not notice that you don't know how to dance in a tavern. Arios is also way too busy dancing himself, and I don't know what's going on, but to everyone else, it's just like tavern music. However, inside of Arios' head, September from Earth, Wind, and Fire is playing full blast.
Okay, first off, very hard to dance to that song.
Yeah, it's like...
Just saying.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Arios is not only a
but-
bard, but they rolled nat 20.
I know, but in like a general sense, it is very hard to dance to that song. Was in Fall Follies for my school, have to dance to that song, as well as sing. It's freaking hard!
That being said, Arios with his nat 20 is just killing it right now.
Dude's got moves in and off of the battlefield. Am I right?
What moves on the battlefield?
Lockpicking skills? Have you seen this dude?
Do you think love can blossom on the battlefield?
Helmet.
Yes, I do believe love can bloom on the battlefield.
Oh, I gotta play Metal Gear on Twitch sometime.
You make a pretty good Otacon, Evan, I gotta say.
I love Otacon. He deserves nothing horrible.
And also Solid Snake with his Volthric voice. I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick.
Oh yeah, if you think about it, like, if you animated Volthric in that style, he would look just like Big Boss, just with a bigger beard. Anywho, while Davina and Arios are just dancing the night away and just getting a little bit more drunk as time goes on, we are now going to move the camera away from them for a bit, and we are instead going to focus on Mistral right now. Mistral retreated to her room to just spend some time to herself. What specifically are you doing?
I'm writing. She has a little journal that she writes in, and she's just writing in her journal at, I don't know, I'm assuming there's some sort of a desk or a dresser in the room that she can...
Yeah, all Greyblade's quarters come standard with, like, a bunk bed and, like, 2 desks. Because, like, a lot of you guys have, like, get roommates, but every once in a while, like, you can either choose to room with someone or you can choose to go at it alone. But every place comes standard with a bunk bed and 2 desks. So yes,
It's basically a Holiday Inn.
yeah, it's a Holiday Inn. So Mistral, you do have a desk there, so that is where you're writing. And what are you writing about?
Just everything that happened on the trip. Just writing down, like with Yip and the battle and. Yeah.
All right. Eden, and what exactly are you doing in your room?
Well, I'm assuming the owlbear was out and about, not in orb form anymore.
The owlbear is actually in orb form right now because even though he was able to come out to give Yip that one last hug, he still needed to really take the time to rest and recover its energy because you all got that Emerald Aura buff in the final fight.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I'm just hanging out with Axel, just Doing the normal thing.
Yeah, Axel is bounding around the room, gently rolling the orb from like place to place, just so he could feel involved.
So cute.
Are you doing anything else?
No, probably not.
All right. That being said, everyone, the night gets darker, and for those of you out of your rooms, you slowly make your way back to your separate quarters. Considering that Davina and Arios were the ones that were really out and about doing a lot this time, how do you guys... Well, actually, tell me this. I would like you both to roll me d20s.
Oh boy.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Carly, what did you roll? Carly? Carly, what did you roll?
2.
It's not a natural 1.
And Arios, what did you roll?
Good job.
So a cumulative score of 8.
God damn.
How the date ended. It actually ended up going very well at first.
Oh god.
Arios, all that activity dancing did kind of help keep you, while drunk, still very much in the moment. You and Davina decided to retire back to your table as the eel came to your placement, and you were both able to have a very fine meal. Of course, every once in a while, that one half-elf girl would swing by just to see if you needed refills, and she did seem to be just a little bit extra flirty with Arios.
Oh, bitch is gonna die.
Davina, in reaction to this, you decided to basically pull the half-elf girl aside. Not for anything dangerous or deadly. You rolled a 2.
I would like to rage.
Would like to rage.
You pulled the half-elf aside, and you actually decided to be quite civil. And you just wanted to discuss that while the half-elf is definitely welcome to her own feelings, this date was between you and Arios. And that's how it should be.
And I'll cut you.
The half-elf girl, in response, basically was very flippant about it. And just as you turned away, she seemed to make a very snide comment, calling you something along the lines of, dare I say, a winged freak.
I pick her up and chuck her across the building.
No, what happened was, as soon as you heard those words, you whipped around and delivered a straight fist square right into her face, sending her literally over the bar.
Yeah, I did.
This is the worst Hooters ever.
While the date itself did start well, you both are now banned from that tavern for a month.
And I carry Arios, and I'm like, let's go, sweetie. And I pick him up.
I'm taking my husbando and leaving!
Alright, Davina, how do you carry Arios?
I pick him up. There's lots of ways I can do this. I pick him up bridal style. No, I take it back. I'm gonna make it funny. I pick him up over my shoulder and
Fireman style.
Yeah.
While without saying anything, the way that you carry Arios out of the tavern is basically screaming to everyone, "This is mine!"
This one is our booty!
You make your way, carrying Arios the entire way back to HQ. However, once you finally climb those stairs and enter the lobby proper, Anne-Marie, who's actually working there that night, gives you all a soft wave, but then just kind of stops, seeing the position that Davina and Arios is in, and just gives like a slightly more nervous, like, you know, I'm not even going to question it now.
I imagine Anne-Marie thinking, man, I thought my first date with Polo was weird.
Davina, you carry Arios back to his quarters first. How do you guys decide to end it?
I'll let Leah take the reins for this one.
Hold on. I walked into the room and just started searching around. It's like, where did I put it? He just walks over with a crate and sets it down and then steps up on the crate and he's like,
oh my god!
You know, if you think about it, Arios and Davina have the same height proportions as Mario and Peach.
Oh my god!
Like little Mario and Peach?
Arios looks at Davina and says, "So long, Beba."
So, giving a nice little peck just before you two part ways, you both enter your quarters proper. You are all now officially having your next long rest. Eden.
Yes.
Oh no.
Great.
It's every time.
As you sleep, you find yourself once again in that black, churning blizzard of a void.
Yay.
And like always, you do feel that same black presence that is in this same, like, pocket of space that your dreamscape is in right now.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you just slowly see it stumbling forward towards you. Its head is down, its arms are down, and it's just kind of like moving sluggishly, kind of like a zombie. And as it walks, it stops. It slowly lifts its head to the side and looks at you with its bright white glowing eyes.
Wait.
Before it just casts its head down again and just continues walking. And you just hear silently, "Where is it? Where is it?"
I don't like that. No.
The Burger King, where is it?
"Let me know if you see a Radio Shack."
Evan, when are we gonna cosplay as Ling and the Chosen One?
I don't know, and... Oh my god. Josh, you can be Master Pain. You have his facial hair.
Swing in the chains.
I'm down.
Swing in the chains, swing in the chains.
Can I make you the chains?
Yes. Yes.
Which means you also have to make those iron hand claws.
Oh, I intend to.
Oh, and then Josh, you could just get some D4s and put them on your chest. Anywho, sorry. Eden, do you do anything?
Is it walking away from me or towards me?
It's walking towards you, but not directly at you. Just kind of like if you were to just stand still and wait long enough, it would be walking past you.
Okay.
And this entire time, it's just repeating the same statement, like,
Where is it?
Where is it?
Okay. I think this is the first time I get to interact with the thing. I'm going to ask, what are you looking for?
At that moment, when the question is answered, the blizzard around you stops.
Oh!
And the figure stops. And it just slowly, like, tilts its head to look at you. It's not a smooth head movement this time. You actually hear what sounds like ticking as it just lurches its head towards you. And you just hear, where is... And then all of the sudden, it's right up in your face. Me! Eden, you wake up right at that moment in a cold sweat.
I just want to say, living near DC, you meet guys like that all the time. So.
What? Okay. The fuck?
I think the scariest part of that was its grammar in the end.
Where is me?
Where is me?
Where is me? Where is me?
Does this me?
Where is me, Mark?
Well, come on. Okay.
Oh, hi, Eden.
Was Eden able to see what the face of this thing looked like?
Well,
hi, Mark.
Well, unfortunately, Eden already woke up before he had a chance to do a perception check.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Next time. I've been having these.
You really love that J.J. Abrams mystery box, don't you?
Oh, I do. Trust me, I have a plan.
Okay.
Eden, as you awaken at this time, relatively, from what you can tell, it's about it's pretty early in the morning. We're talking like 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
Things are just silent. You look down on the floor, and you see Axel nestled around the orb as he slumbers, and they basically look like the Firefox logo once again, like always.
Cute.
It is silent. Things are still peaceful. But then you hear another noise, and you do know that you are awake for this. You do hear another noise that sounds like, and then all of a sudden your own door. Up and at him, Hunter! Duty calls!
Oh fuck.
All of you, in your own quarters, in your own hallways, all of you are roused from your slumber as all of a sudden some attendants are just banging on your door, forcing you all to awaken. You all still had a long rest, so you all still feel somewhat refreshed. However, you're all hearing variations of the same thing, like up and at 'em, get ready, duty calls, we're all needed. And then a couple minutes after that, you actually start to hear rising commotion in the hallways, as from what you can tell, every single Greyblade has been roused from their slumber, and they're all heading down to the lobby for whatever reason.
Interesting.
Okay.
Up. I'm up.
Are we all in the same hallway?
Kinda, yeah. So, you all awaken?
I guess we head straight down. So, or I do.
Yep.
All right.
I'll go with Polo.
We're coming for your noise.
Coming for your noise?
Yeah, we're coming for your noise.
So, all of you, in some varying degrees of alertness, all of you make your way, along with the same mob of other Greyblade Hunter warriors. You all make your way down to the lobby, and standing in the very center of the lobby is Volthric himself. He seems very stern and very tense about something. As everyone is slowly, just talking and yapping, what's going on? Why were we waking up? I was having such a nice dream, and blah, 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 stuff like that. Volthric raises his hand, and the entire room goes silent. Men, women, those of you in between. As some of you all know, we've all been conducting a various observation mission into the forests around Lunas. We have just been given information that a massive, massive horde of monsters is making its way to the city. Over time...
Do we know?
I'm sorry?
Oh, I was going to say, do we know what kind of monsters?
From what we can tell, all manner. We have been taking this time to fortify the city with what little time that we thought we had, but it looks like the attack is almost upon us. We have been given specific orders by the king himself. Lunas must not fall. We are about to combat a siege, and we've never had one of this level before. All of your assignments will be given to you upon arrival at Lunas. Make your way to the airships. Dismissed. Group D, see me before you leave. As all of you,
is Anne-Marie there?
Anne-Marie is all the way at the registration desk still.
Can she see me?
No, it is super crowded in the room.
Okay. Alright.
Wait, can I help him? Can I help him?
It's fine. Let's not worry about that right now.
I want to do it. I wanted
There's
to do
no
this
time,
for, like,
Davina.
20 different
Volthric
episodes.
addressed you.
I wanted to do a Princess Bride reference, but I guess we'll.
Volthric signaled for you all to come while all of the other Greyblades are scrambling and just flooding out of the headquarters and making their way in their own respective groups over to the airship port to get on all of their own personal airships to make it to Lunas. Group D, as you all know, you've all unfortunately lost a member, and unfortunate that this was the second time that this has happened, though thankfully the second time was not due to death or possible permanent petrification, and that was accidental alliteration right there. Yes, Eden.
How's he doing?
As well as we can. He is not shattered yet, and we're still studying him.
Okay, good.
That being said, you were meant to be a group of 7, and you will remain at 7. And it's for that I'm assigning you all a brand new member to join your team. Volthric then kind of looks over to the side, and he signals over for a figure to approach. And as he gets closer, you hear what sounds like...
Stop right there, punk.
I had too much to drink last night for this.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
I'd buy that for $1. Alright.
Volthric then gestures to the new figure, who you can obviously tell is a Warforged standing beside him.
Robot Man.
So, Yip, you want to introduce your new character?
Yip, though.
It's not Yip. It is not Robo Yip. Believe it or not. It is, in fact, not Robo Yip.
I am now Phoenix person.
This is Coco. He is a Warforged. He is, like, clearly, like, half human, but, like, a lot of his parts have been replaced. Like, both his leg, like, basically, like, the right majority of his body is replaced. And also, like, his eyes, some bits, here and there, they're just, like, replaced with robotics. And he's standing there just, like, really decked out in, like, a lot of, like, he has a crossbow, a sword, and then, like, you also see just, like, a tool belt around his waist with, like, various standard tools, like a hammer, screwdriver, stuff like that. And he's standing at attention in front of the group. Hello.
Hi.
Warforged.
What
My
is your
name is Coco. My name is Coco.
How do you spell that?
Nice to meet you, Coco. I'm Davina. This is Group D.
K-O-K-O.
Fair enough.
Big guy.
I don't meet a lot of Warforged. Interesting. Alright, well, Volthric, I think it's about time.
Is anyone else going to say something to Coco?
Like you. I want my monk back.
This is change. I don't like change.
While I am sorry to hear about your loss, I hope I will be a valuable asset to the team.
I'm sure you will. Be nice, Eden.
No.
Volthric.
Welcome to Group Big Dick Energy, Coco.
I hope you have it. Otherwise, you're gonna need to earn it.
All right. With that being said, Volthric then nods to you all, and without caring if you're gonna get along or not, he signals for you all to like get the fuck out of here. Get to your airship. Old Joe's waiting for you.
Oh no!
Sir.
Old Joe.
Introductions will
Oh,
have
you're
to be
gonna
saved for later,
Old Joe,
Warforged.
you're gonna love him.
Oh boy.
I cannot feel love.
By the way, Coco, since you're part human, do you still have a heart?
Well, it's been... No, it had to be replaced.
Oh, okay.
It started failing about about a year ago. We had to replace it later than most others.
Okay.
This is all very touching.
Well,
Can we go
that's a
now?
story for another time, but cool. All right.
All right, so all of you scramble double time. The sun is still barely rising out of the horizon, so it still kind of looks like nighttime because it's still quite early. You all just beeline it straight to the airship port where old Joe is like, he's already got the ramp down. Like, he already got the news of what's happening. So he's having you all like, get him on, get a move on. We gotta get going.
Don't break my gun this time.
Don't break my gun this time. And then he sees Coco and goes like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Who's he?
Canoe.
Lieutenant Taker.
Now let's go.
Old Joe just kind of looks at Coco, gives him the up and down. Good enough. Let's go. So, you all scramble onto the airships. And as the airship lifts off in, like, record time, because there's no time to waste, you actually see a sight that you have never quite seen before as you guys make your way to Lunas. And that is so many other airships all around you through the clouds, all going to the same direction. You have all just been really in a squad in your own team this entire time. This is the first time in a long while that you have all been reminded that the Greyblades aren't just a guild of hunters. They are a literal army. I will allow for just one more moment of interaction with anyone before you guys arrive at Lunas.
Oh.
I will walk over to Coco, and I will stick out a scaled claw and offer my hand like, I'm Adarax. I am a cleric.
Coco shakes it with his metallic hand.
Coco, I would like you to roll a strength check.
Hell yeah.
And Adarax, I would like you to roll a dexterity check.
Oh boy. 12.
22.
Adarax, he does not accidentally crush your hand in his robotic grasp. You are fine.
Wait, while they're shaking hands, can Mistral awkwardly walk up and kind of just like tap the hand and like, is this real?
Mistral, you walk right up to Coco's right side, and there is a very audible ting 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 as you just gently tap the iron parts of his warforged body. Upon closer inspection, you realize that all of the parts of him that are warforged are not just metal, but it's like a mix of metal and wood.
Mechanical life. This is fascinating. I pull a little pair of spectacles out, and I'm kind of like,
Oh, Datarax!
These glasses are so huge because your eyes are like here.
so far.
So these lenses are like far apart.
Like the bridge is really long.
And these glasses are all bridge.
I've never seen mechanical life. You must let me give you a checkup later if you would.
Oh!
Of course! I would love to.
Much obliged. I put my little spectacle, my giant spectacle away.
So cute!
I face Coco and I say, one question, Warforged. Can you fly?
No?
Alright.
You walk away.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, inside Polo's head, it's not the same!
Inside Polo's head, he's thinking, well, that's an advantage we lost, but alright.
I go up to Mistral and I say, I mean, he's part human. What do you think would happen if you gave him a cookie?
Oh God.
Is this really the time?
Guys, I don't think I know I like to give people cookies, but does not seem like the right time.
Well, you know stuff's bad when even Mistral's not willing to give someone a cookie.
I'm in the background just clapping at Mistral for saying that.
We're all very proud of you, Mistral. You had a real breakthrough today. This is a very special Song of the Wild episode.
Alright, does anyone else want to interact for one last time before you guys arrive at Lunas?
I go up to Arios and I give him a kiss on the cheek.
Aww.
Aww.
Arios, give me a constitution check.
Yeah.
Coco's in the background. Does not compute.
And we got a new follower today, Bramble Moth.
Hey!
That's my friend Alice.
Oh, and actually,
Oh,
it
nice.
looks like 4 days ago we got another follower, Mr. Krabs Rave.
Mr. Krabs, that's awesome.
Mr. Krabs!
Hey!
Now, Mr. Krabs Rave.
Okay, you got a 5. Arios, you are so flustered that you become kind of a giggly mess.
So Leah, anytime something funny happens.
Yeah, it's pretty same.
Like her classic
I-
Annika line in Demi Hero when we
Yeah.
first discovered that.
Yeah.
I'm always glad at night.
As they're kind of flying through the air, Coco's kind of just making some like on his arm, just kind of his hands like glowing, and he's like making like small adjustments on his arm, making small repairs using the mending cantrip.
Bramblemoth asks, Coco have pee-pee?
No, we discussed this in DMs. Shut up.
Oh, that's sad.
Wait,
They call him the jackhammer.
It literally is one.
God.
That's disturbing.
I'm not comfortable with this right now. Let's
Meanwhile,
go.
back on topic, for those of you watching Coco do his repairs, you actually see his one hand is glowing, and his forearm that his hand is focused on, the metal and the gears and the wires all seem to like move and reform all on their own. Kind of think the Iron Giant when he does have that self-repair thing and everything just slowly starts to like fit back together.
Carly made an unhuman noise.
One of my favorite movies.
The Iron Giant is a treasure. It is a national treasure and must be
It really
protected.
is.
Any other little last-minute interactions?
No.
All right.
Nope.
The airship continues to fly non-stop towards Lunas, as well as the rest of this entire armada that is with you. just before we arrive at Lunas, here is where we are going to take our break. We will be back in about like 10-15 minutes, and we will continue this. We'll pick up right when everyone actually arrives at Lunas itself. So everyone, go to the bathroom, grab some snacks. For those of you watching, we will be back in about 10-15 minutes.
Easy.
Yeah.
All right, and we are back from our little break time. Thank you all for your patience. So, as I said, where we last left off, the airship armada of the Greyblades has finally broken through the clouds and is now... all of them are landing one by one in the city of Lunas, which, now that you see it... like, you've been seeing the progress over time every time you've been visiting Lunas, but now you can see it, like, completed. The walls have been reinforced. The walls have spikes on them, and there are just lines upon lines of cannons and harpoon guns just lining the top of the wall of this city. As Old Joe lands the plane on the port, you are met once again by Stephen Lang and that giant Goliath hunter once again. The giant Goliath basically takes the giant Goliath takes a rope and he secures the airship while Stephen Lang addresses all of you. Ah, nice of you to all join us. Polo, good to see you again.
You as well.
All right. I got a message from Volthric saying that you all need to be given orders on where you're going to be. So for that, I'm going to basically introduce you all to your new superior officer. He's going to be in charge of you guys during the mission. He gestures to what looks like a very husky-looking black-haired dwarf who just walks up to the group and with what looks like a cigar in his mouth. Logan, you want to introduce yourself?
I was waiting for that reaction.
Hoggers.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you guys will do. My name is Logan Milclaw. You listen to me once, you listen to me well. Otherwise, I'll throw you off this wall myself. You hear?
Sir.
Very well.
Alright. Y'all are gonna be manning these artillery-like weapons here. You'll be shooting at these monsters when I say, how I say. If you miss one, you better all hit it the next time or else you're gonna die. Understood?
Again.
Yes.
Aye, aye. Alright. Now get to it!
With Logan having given you your orders, Stephen Lang basically gestures all of you to walk up the newly constructed stairs that lead to the top of Lunas. Already you see several other teams of Greyblade hunters, all of them in their own spot, that has their own little collection of cannons and or harpoon guns. You can also see what looks like several hundreds of groups of Greyblades on the ground outside of the wall itself. These guys are going to be the ground troops.
We're gonna need more letters.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
No, it's like algebra, but backwards. First, now that they have letters, now
I'm
they
well aware I was having fun.
All right.
God, I forgot how good cheese proofs are. Not sponsored.
So,
Not sponsored by NordVPN.
So, Group D, being escorted by Stephen Lang and Logan, you all are assigned your spot. You have 2 cannons and 2 harpoon guns. Nothing seems to be happening right now.
Each or between us?
Between you all. 2 cannons and 2 harpoon guns. So a total of 4 weapons. There is nothing happening right now. However, you can tell that there is an air of tension over the entire city. If you guys were to be standing, like, side by side, shoulder to shoulder, from left to right, what would your standing order be?
How are the weapons set up? Is it like cannon, harpoon? Is it like every other? Are they like kind of?
It's cannon, harpoon. 2 cannons on the left, harpoon guns on the right.
I feel like the stronger people should be on the cannons because cannonballs are probably heavy.
Well, what I'm thinking is,
That's what I was gonna say.
and this is in no way to like put you two at the front of the line, but I feel like the 2 flyers should be the ones away from those weapons, and the rest of us should be the ones manning the cannons and the harpoons because we can't get close. to
That's,
this.
that's a solid idea.
I
How
feel
well
like Coco would man a harpoon gun. Because
I could
he
see
has-
that.
he has
want
he
to
has a
handle
little
a
trick up his
harpoon
sleeve.
gun.
I guess I'll be handling a cannon then.
Mistral likes to have arrow-looking things to shoot.
You just want sharp pointy things to stab people.
Yeah.
I like them short stabby stabs.
Arios, are you just going to hide away and?
You got this, baby. Let's
No,
go.
of course not. He's gonna go help his freaking girl. So no, he's not gonna hide.
I can also mingle with the wind, you jerkwad.
Doesn't mean that much when we're in a fight that you can't get to someone that fast.
At this time, as you guys get yourselves situated in your spot on top of the wall, you feel then a chill in the air. All of you just kind of look over behind you over the wall, and Volthric is just there.
Stop calling shit out, Jordan.
Hey guys.
Dear God, how do you do that? All right.
You're so cool.
All right, it's the Cell Games presented by Heatap. I'd kill for Heatap. Whoa, Jesus! So while you guys are on top of the wall, Volthric is actually on the ground behind the wall, like in the actual streets of Lunas. Volthric is just kind of like looking at all of the turrets and such. Gives you all a hearty nod. Volthric then is going to turn to Logan. Logan, being a very old, grizzled veteran of the Greyblades, you and Volthric know each other, and you've known each other for, like, years. So you do respect the authority that he has over you, but you guys have an air of casualness about you. Volthric, however, turns to you looking very sternly, and he just goes, "Is that all of them?"
As far as I know, Captain.
How much time do we have left before they arrive?
Not long, honestly. I expected them here a little while ago.
One picture is a Spider-Man.
I killed the Spider-Man
Oh God.
ages ago.
He was in my shower invading my space, so I killed him.
Yeah, I feel like Logan is like a dwarf version of Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, a little bit.
Would you say we have about an hour till this happens? Or
No, it's more like
possible?
10 minutes.
It's more like like that's like Logan said. He expected them a little while ago, like any minute.
For some reason, class, I thought you were trying to make a pun, and then I realized, oh no, you're being serious. Okay.
No, I have a thing where I can make my harpooning better,
Oh, okay.
but I can't.
Just say how depressed I am that I just now realized that your thing says no longer yip on it, and it saddens me.
You just noticed this now?
I've been paying attention to the story.
And I'm grateful for that. Thank you very much, Carly. I put a lot into this story.
I changed.
Got in trouble last time for being on my phone, and I put my phone on my bed, and I'm paying attention to you, bitch.
Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Bitch. Get out of the way!
Living together is
I
gonna
can't
be fun
wait
for
to
you
be in
two.
the same home as you.
Yeah.
All right. Volthric just kind of gives a nod to Logan, then kind of looks past him down the road. All right. You get with the party protecting the noble sector over there. As much as I don't care for them, they help keep us afloat. So make sure they stay alive.
I'll do my best, sir.
I can keep
Now let me
y'all,
do what I do
alright?
best.
I'm like rolling in the money, Volfric. If you need a sponsor, hit a girl up.
Volthric looks up at Davina as she says that.
I don't actually say that.
Okay. So you guys,
Good girl, sugar mommy, Davina.
So do you guys have your placement for who's manning turrets and who's manning harpoons? And who would be like...
The flyers are gonna be above, and they already decided who's gonna do like the harpoons and the cannon.
Yeah,
Okay,
I guess
but-
I'll run a cannon.
Okay, raise your hand if you're doing a cannon.
What are you doing?
Oh yeah.
1, 2.
Okay. Raise your hand if you're manning harpoons.
Me! I'm ready for the sharp objects.
Stabby, stabby.
Polo looks over at Mistral. Polo looks over at Mistral and says, "Why is the high elf handling one of the harpoons?"
Because I'm very skilled.
At
What
this-
is she doing? She's fine.
All
We
right.
call it. I'm not
Uh,
messing with her.
Honestly, I would trust Arios with the harpoon before I trust.
As
Alright.
as
Well,
we
I'm gonna have you
get up
eat your
to the,
words.
harpoon gun. Coco, that's my character's name. I've been
That's
saying
gonna be fun to
yip
get
for
used
so
to.
long. Yeah, I've been saying yip for 25 weeks. It's gonna take a little bit of getting used to. He takes off his backpack that's under his cloak, and he kind of sets it on the ground and opens it up and takes out this sort of large metal sphere and kind of sets it on the ground and presses a button, and it's like, "All right, buddy, time to shine." And it kind of starts to mechanically like unravel, and out pops a dog, like a robot dog, just made of various like bits of metal and wires and wood, much like his bionic replacements, but just like a full robot dog.
I am ready to work, master.
Fascinating.
Okay, K9.
Josh got it.
I did too. I was like, haha, mom's favorite character.
Fascinating. Can he fight in battle?
Why do I feel like he got that dog at Capsule Corp?
Coco. Can he fight in battle?
Yes, so I hope so. I built him to. Haven't exactly
That's
had
really
the opportunity yet, so trial by fire. Never a better way.
But what is he supposed to be able to do? In theory.
What exactly does it do? I just want to make.
Now is not the time to be figuring that out, Coco.
We literally had a discussion. Study your freaking character sheets.
I forgot about the
To be
Steel
fair,
Defender.
it is his new character.
It beats stuff up. Its attack is called Force Empowered Rend, so I'm just gonna say it's a bite attack.
All right.
Well,
Vicious
can we make him a Doberman?
Fear.
Or better yet, a Pomeranian?
Oh god.
No, not a
A
Pomeranian.
it's a vampire Pomeranian.
No, it's a pig.
No, it's just
I forgot
Marmaduke.
about that movie.
How dare you?
He's a Great Dane.
Oh Jesus!
It's definitely
Makes
not
sense.
Marmaduke.
Friggin'
Hello,
I
Scooby-Doo.
definitely not
Robo
making it
Scooby.
Marmaduke now.
Yeah.
Hello, Scooby-Doo. Ruh-roh.
Whoa, Raggy.
Oh my god.
That was really good.
That was really
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Logan looks at you all as he's cleaning his metal claws, just shaking his head. Just
good. We are so fucked.
yeah. He's like, this is the best Volthor could get me. Just sharpening and polishing his claws.
Hey, if you think this is bad, you should have been Team
He
Alpha.
is so cool.
All right. So you guys have your placements. For those of you who don't have a gun and you're not a flyer, you can assist with reloading whenever a harpoon or a cannon is fired. I'm gonna take a pause.
I look at Aria and I say, "You got this, babe."
I'm now going to take this moment to pause it and explain a couple things. This next sequence of this campaign is going to be very cinematic, so there's going to be a lot of rapid fire moments from back to back. It's going to be essentially a tower defense section and not so much a traditional D&D combat scenario.
So the hit points are for the ship?
My kind of game.
It's not so much hit points, it's more on time limit. How well can you defend the walls before the monsters can actually breach them? And it's all
is that by turns?
Yes and no. I'm getting to that. So for those of you who actually are going to be manning guns, you all will just roll a single d20 with no modifiers. And depending on what you roll, it will determine on what you hit and what you miss. Cannons, should you hit, can actually do splash damage, and not only will they kill your target, but the surrounding targets as well. Harpoons will only be able to hurt and or kill single targets with no splash damage. However, their DC to hit is lower than cannons.
Do we need to keep an eye on inventory?
Not so much in this. They've taken a nice long time to stock you up on enough harpoons and cannons, so you don't necessarily need to worry about that. But for those of you that are going to be on the reloading job, in this case, Atarax and... Oh, no, wait.
Atarax is flying.
Yeah, Atarax is part of the flying team. So then Eden and Arios, you guys are going to be... Your job is to make sure that the guns are reloaded. So every time a cannon or a harpoon is fired...
I found that
Eden's ain't on a cannon.
Eden's on a cannon too,
Okay,
yeah.
hold on. Yeah. Raise your hand if you're on a cannon. Raise your hand if you're on a cannon.
It's the two T5s.
Sorry, that's me.
Okay,
sorry.
Raise your hand if you're on a harpoon.
Oh! Coco is on a harpoon.
Coco's on a harpoon?
I'm on a harpoon.
Okay, so... Arios, unfortunately, it looks like you're the only one on reload duty. The Flyers, you guys will be able... You do not need to use cannons or harpoons. You can use your own spells and your own attacks to possibly give your partners an edge during this fight. Again, the rules are going to be completely simplified. You just need to roll a straight d20, no modifiers. If you roll low, you don't hit. If you roll high, you do hit. However, if you roll low and you miss, automatically right then and there, a creature's going to have an attack of opportunity against you, because a lot of you are going to have to actually fly down to melee range to attack them.
Can I do a couple things, or like save some actions, like right up until we see them attacking?
That would normally be the case in a normal D&D style fight, but this is not it.
Okay.
So unfortunately, if once your turn comes, and I will actually be deciding your guys' initiative order, because in this cinematic fight, initiative's not really a thing. So I'll let you guys know like who goes, and then who's gonna go next after that, and then we're just gonna rotate until the end of the scenario. Yes, Liam.
If the Flyers want to, can they assist with harpoons that possibly miss? Like,
not necessarily. I mean, I guess in Atarax's case, you can use your turn to do a guiding or a guidance spell to kind of give harpoon or cannons a slightly better chance at hitting their target. But unfortunately, this is one of those situations that if you want to assist your teammates with cannons or harpoons, it has to actually make sense. F in the chat. We lost someone.
F in the chat.
Oh, he's back.
You lost me.
Back again.
So I didn't hear what you answered. So,
Flyers are more than welcome to try and assist either their teammates with like spells or what other abilities they may have. However, it is going to have to actually make sense. Like, it's not going to make sense for you to try and guide a harpoon after it's already been fired, because you're going to have... Your reaction time is not going to be that good. So it would make more sense to try and bless a harpoon before it was fired.
Okay.
Got it.
All right,
that makes sense.
All right.
Can I hit things now with my sharp objects?
I'm sorry?
I was just making a joke saying, can I hit things now with my sharp objects?
You can shoot things with your sharp objects.
It's potentially hitting
Sharp
them.
objects.
All right. So does anyone have any quick little questions?
Are there things we can do to like prepare for the onslaught? Like
you're already kind of prepared. You're in position, and you've decided who gets the cannons and who gets the harpoons and what everyone else is doing. So that was your preparation. But yes, Coco.
If I with my steel defender, if I were to have it take the help action, could that give me advantage on harpoon shots?
Not necessarily, because it just wouldn't make sense. Like, how is the dog going to assist you? Like, if you actually try to think how it would play out.
Yeah, that's true.
However, I will allow you...
Coco's on reload duting. He just shoves it in with his mouth.
I will allow...
Steel defender.
I will allow this. While Coco mans a harpoon, your robo partner, be it a dog or a steel defender, they can assist on reload duty. And they will have the exact same actions as Arios, even though they're technically a minion.
Got it.
All right. Any other quick little questions? All right. This has been I would just like to say, guys, thank you so much for sticking with me all these 25 episodes. This entire scenario that we're about to do has been in the planning since day one.
Oh, God.
So,
scared.
I hope you all have fun. I hope this is all a balanced amount of enjoyment and tension. Guys, I would just like to thank you so much for joining me on this. This upcoming section is my baby, and I hope you all like it.
So, he's gonna kill everyone. That seemed like he's fine. I don't know how to feel right.
Seems like he's trying to kill us.
Now that being said, though, I am just going to say, don't be surprised if we're not able to finish this scenario tonight. It is a big sequence in this campaign, so this might very well be Assault on Lunas Part 1, and we'll have to do Part 2 next time we play.
All right. Oh boy!
So just heads up for that. Now then,
suspense.
All of you, the entire city is silent. By this time, everyone's done their preparations. Everyone has mounted their cannons. All of the foot soldiers in front of the walls have gotten their blades ready. Volthric is standing high up on a tower, like on a lighthouse, watching the entire scene with his massive broadsword out, ready to fight. Logan, you are standing at the bottom of the lighthouse, and you are just raring to go just in case these monsters breach the walls. Because once they do breach the walls, if they do, that's your time to shine. All right. The entire land is silent. You hear nothing, and yet you know that there is something out there. And then very, very gently, you feel a very, very gentle rumble in the ground. And you feel it in the platform that you're standing right now. That rumble starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger until it almost feels like an earthquake is shaking the city of Lunas. And then all of a sudden, all at once, you see bears, tigers, giant wyverns, massive scorpions, all manner of animals that just slowly start to charge out of the tree line of the forest. Every single one of them has white eyes with black tar stains coming out of them as if they were all crying. All of them are just roaring, screeching, clicking their mandibles, pinching their claws, baring claws and fangs. Every single monster that you could possibly think of is here. And you just feel this wave of absolute terror that seems to emanate from the forest itself. At that moment, every single animal roars all at once, and they begin to charge the walls. This is the Assault on Lunas Part 1. All right. So we got Polo and Eden who are manning the cannons. Polo, make a roll. Roll a d20.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Quick time event. Roll a d20.
QTEs, my favorite part of the video game.
Press X quickly.
I guess I
Cannot
rolled a
die
1.
as fast.
Wait, did you roll 1?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Polo, you're just
Big
about
shark.
Polo, you're just about to fire the cannon when you realize, shit, I've never actually used a cannon before. How do you work this thing?
Yeah. How do you work this thing?
Logan hears that and looks up and just goes, "You fucking kidding me?"
At that moment, because of the failure of that roll, the animals start to get a little closer. Eden, what's your cannon move?
18.
All right. You load the ball, pull the string. Hold on.
While you eat.
It's flying through the air right now.
Your aim is true, and you just absolutely explode a giant grizzly bear.
Oh.
And the explosion sends flying like the surrounding like wolves and what look like giant Komodo dragons.
Oh god.
So yeah, you've delayed the approach. Next up
No,
is
that's more like it.
Next up is Mistral. Fire your harpoon.
Will! Wait, what will ever do to you?
A lot of things.
My sharp object gets fired with an 18.
Ooh, 2 18s in a row.
All right. You see a wyvern that is just like charging at the wall. He's not really getting much lift because he's just so enraged he can't really focus on flying. That harpoon is just like shink. Boom.
Bye.
Have a bit of a night.
All right, Coco, fire your harpoon.
17.
17.
Yeah.
All right. A giant, what looks almost like a giant black rhino is charging through. And you just aim. You aim. From your field of view, you see basically all red and like an aiming sight and just like little stats. Basically, it's like Terminator vision from your perspective.
Oh my god.
Hey.
You lock on. You fire the harpoon.
Hasta la vista, baby.
You fire the harpoon, and it gets the rhino somehow at an angle right in the neck. It just kind of like roars out in pain, charges for a couple more feet, and then just kind of stumbles. All right, Arios. You are now on reload duty. Since Polo missed his cannon... I'm dying.
Okay?
Okay.
So you
And Sabrina would say that's not allowed. She's the only one to die.
I'm the only one to die.
No one dies.
So Arios, I need you to roll a straight d20 to see if you're able to successfully reload Polo's cannon in time.
17.
17.
Nice.
All right. Your nimble movement allows you to quickly run over, grab a very heavy cannonball. However, you anticipated this having a lot of weight to it, and you just lug it over to the cannon, plop it right back inside. All right.
That's my man.
All right, Davina, what are you doing?
All right. So is one close or?
They're all still pretty far off from the wall, but they are nonstop getting closer.
Gotcha. So then, as I have one more javelin. Yes, I do. I'm gonna try and throw a javelin at it.
All right, just roll a straight d20. No modifiers.
That's what I think. Alrighty. I got I got a 15.
All right.
I can read.
All right. While it was not unfortunately a killing blow, what looks like a giant red tiger, you fling your javelin and it gets it right in its front knee, and it just kind of like stumbles there. However,
took a javelin to the knee.
Took a whole freaking spear to the knee. This tiger, despite the obvious stick in its arm, it is like still like lumbering towards the wall. Atarax, what do you do?
Heavy crossbow, spiritual weapon.
Okay. So which one are you using?
I'll attack with the heavy crossbow primarily. Spiritual weapon will be anything within 60 feet, close to the walls.
Well, actually, for the sake of this fight, I can only allow you to use one of those at a time.
Oh, we'll do that. We'll do the heavy crossbow then.
Heavy crossbow. All right, roll a d20.
Crossbow.
17.
17. All right. You aim, and you pull the trigger. The arrow goes flying, and it actually gets one of those displacer beasts. Just before it was able to blink out of reality, you were able to... You're gonna hate me for this comparison. It's like the end of Deathly Hallows Part 1, where they fling the dagger through the warp, and she's still able to kill Dobby. That's basically what you... As you fired the arrow, just right at the moment when the Displacer Beast warps, the crossbow bolt comes with it through its warping, and its aim is true, and it gets it right in the chest, and it just lumbers over right in front of the wall, because that's where its exit point was.
Boom.
Hell yeah.
All right. So Coco's partner, be it the dog or the Iron Guardian, whatever it was called, what is it doing?
Yeah. It's gonna take a harpoon and load it into Mistral's because she fired first. So he's like, "Oh, I got to put it in the harpoon gun." So he takes a harpoon and puts in Mistral's.
All right. To make things a little bit easier, if you miss your attack roll, if you're manning a harpoon or a cannon, if you miss, you're going to lose a turn. However, the only way to not lose a turn is to have someone successfully reload your weapon.
Okay.
All right, so you reload Mistral's cannon. Even though she did hit, she now has an extra bolt there ready to go. All right. You've taken out quite a few amount of monsters, especially with Eden's cannon blow, taking out a whole group of them. However, the monsters are still advancing against the wall. In fact, as time goes on, the monsters that are coming out of the tree line are progressively getting a little bigger and bigger.
Soon we'll have a dinosaur.
So back to the top of the quote unquote top of the round. Polo, your move. What do you do?
All right. I guess I try to shoot another one.
All right, roll a d20.
Okay, I'm starting to think it auto put me a 1, but whatever.
Another one?
Yeah, I got I opened it up and it gave me a 1 again, so I'm starting to think that first one was actually a auto thing. But all right, I got an 18 this time.
All right, perfect. You finally figured out how to fire the cannon.
Yay! I'm contributing.
After watching Eden do it, you think, "Oh, that's how it works." So you aim,
and you do the exact same thing because there's also an 18.
Yeah.
So the ball is loaded. You pull the string, and its arc is true. It slams right into the head of a bear, and it just goes, and it keeps going. That ball has not lost its momentum, and it goes through bear after tiger after rhino after displacer beast. Like it is just a samba line of carnage. Eden, your next move. All right. You aim your cannon, and you try to do a little something different. You think maybe you can try to get the ball to explode between a group, and you might be able to take out the whole group itself. While your aim was true, it did go a little bit far, and you were only able to take out the animals in the back of this pack of wolves. So the front of the pack, they're still moving towards you.
Oh, no.
All right.
You had to say that.
All right. Next up, Mistral. What are you doing?
I would like to sharp objects need to stab things.
All right. Fire your harpoon.
Stab steady.
I couldn't get words out of my mouth. Okay.
You're fine.
Now terrified of Izzy with a knife.
Okay. Ooh. I rolled a 19.
Jeez. All right.
Yes, queen.
You aim your harpoon up, and you see what looks like a giant rock coming your way. And I say rock as an ROC, specifically the giant eagle.
Oh, herb.
I love rocks.
You aim your harpoon, and you just kind of grin. You pull the trigger, the harpoon flies true, and it goes right through the rock's head, like up the chin, through the head, out the top. And it just like plummets to the ground, leaving a very large impact because this thing is massive. Next up is Coco.
Alright. That was an 18.
You guys are rolling
Super
really
you,
well.
Glen Coco. You go, Glen
Yeah.
Coco.
You go, Glen Coco. It's the thematic metal dice. It's thematic. That's why it's rolling so well.
All right, you aim your harpoon, and you are now. You aim for a moment, and you think, "Huh, let me try something." You pull the trigger, and it goes into what looks like a giant. Like, what would it be called? Not a wolf, but like bigger. Basically, a dire wolf.
A dire wolf.
Yeah, dire wolf.
Thank you. I forgot the word dire for a moment.
Anything that's bigger, it's dire.
Okay, thank you.
A dire cock.
No.
Hey, baby.
The worst part is dire animals are typically also spiked, now that I think about it.
I'm very hairy.
Anywho, you shoot your harpoon. It not only goes right through the dire wolf, but it kind of like snags the dire wolf with its momentum, and it actually spears another dire wolf. So you got a dire wolf shish kebab on this harpoon right here.
Ayo!
All right. Next up is Davina. What are you doing?
All right, I have a crazy thing I want to do.
Oh no.
Can I chuck one of my hand axes at one of the animals?
You certainly can try. Roll a d20. No modifier.
Alrighty. Okay, everybody blow on it. Let me find it. There it is. Thank you. I got a nat 20.
You're welcome.
Davina, in a moment of absolute ASMR clarity, you look at your hand axe. You see the blade, how it's etched. You kind of look at the animals. You take a finger and you feel the wind for a moment, and you just kind of aim. You aim right for the animals, but then you move your axe a little bit to the right. And you toss the axe. And already, Logan is looking at you like, why the hell did you miss?
I shot it, and I missed.
At that moment,
I missed.
The axe, while it's spinning, arcs around.
Oh no.
And it goes through several animals, both of them flying and on the ground, in a huge bladed boomerang arc, and then as soon as it loops around again, Davina, without even looking, you just catch it in your other hand.
That's my girl, yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Get it?
You're my favorite.
You're actually doing something. Atarax, what do you do?
I'm going after one of those wyverns.
All right.
Take my sword out, carve down the side of it.
All right. Roll a d20.
Let's go Atarax.
I rolled 5.
Unfortunately, you have a great idea. You have a lot of momentum. You have a lot of force behind that blade of yours. You come charging and you're about to try and bisect it down the middle. However, at the last moment, that wyvern, like, lifts up and grabs you by the shoulders with its claws. It then is going to basically chomp down on your shoulder because it's an automatic attack of opportunity.
Bring it!
The good news is, apparently it never anticipated just how absolutely thick your armor is. It rolled a 9. So, by the way, for the flyers, because you're going to be doing a lot of hand-to-hand you're going to be doing a lot of melee combat for the flyers. Your AC does still count. Everyone else, however, doesn't because you're busy manning guns. All right. Arios, what are you doing as a support?
Alright, so since all of them made it, I don't actually have to reload, right?
Yeah, everyone made it, so you can spend your action to do something else. Maybe you can try to... You all still have your abilities.
I'm gonna use Bardic Inspiration. I'm gonna give that to...
one of the cannon people.
Right. I'm gonna give that to Polo.
All right, so Arios, how do you inspire Polo?
Oh, I'm seriously some jazzy flute action. I'm just saying, can't go wrong. Who doesn't like them? Some
Wonderful playing, thank you.
All right, so we have that done. Not Coco, but his metallic partner. What is he doing?
Coco too.
Sexy.
He is a good boy. I'm gonna skip his turn because he doesn't have to reload.
You're gonna skip his turn? All right.
Yeah.
All of you have made several good marks of damage against the horde of monsters. However, this giant army of beasts is still coming as more and more monsters come out of the tree line. You feel the ground shake. And then before your eyes, bursting out of the tree line, you see what looks like a giant blood-red woolly mammoth. And it is going straight for the gates.
I assume we're looking down. We're looking down at this, right?
Yes, all of you are like on the... you're all on top of the wall.
No.
Oh, okay.
Bad madness. Don't do that.
Yes, Davina?
Mr. TM, can I have an attack of opportunity?
It hasn't
and
reached
go
you yet.
for it? Okay.
All right. Polo, what do you do?
I guess I aim straight for the woolly mammoth.
All right, roll to attack.
All right, let's see what they get me.
Add a d6.
And add a d6 because you have the Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, so I guess that's 5. 7.
Your cannonball, while it was able to get a bunch of animals with the arc that you did not intend, it unfortunately did nothing against the mammoth, which has not lost momentum. Eden, your turn.
Try harder, bitch!
Mastodon!
I'll go ahead with the woolly mammoth. Oh no, I got an 8.
Ocho.
Jeez. Okay.
Missed.
This mammoth is making us...
Missed him by that much.
You try to aim for the mammoth where you think he's going to be. However, you never anticipated how absolutely fast this giant creature is, and unfortunately your arc goes far over the mammoth, giving it no damage. Mistral, your turn.
Shoot it in the eye.
Yeah,
Shoot it in the legs.
I'm going to aim to shoot at the eye.
All
And since
No,
I
shoot
knew...
at the legs.
No, I want to shoot at the eyes, so maybe it might fall down on top of other things. Like,
there you go.
like going, ah! And yeah. Anyways, I rolled a 17.
All right. All right, your aim is true. You shoot that harpoon. However, while it did strike its good eye, it still has a second one. So
Great.
while it does kind of trumpet out in agony that it lost its eye, it has not lost momentum, and it is still going for the gate.
Coco, get the other eye. Blind that sucker.
Yes, ma'am.
Hit him in the eye.
That's a 12.
You are able to shoot it, and your aim is unfortunately not true. You were still able to hit the mammoth. You were able to hit it in its knee. Its momentum is slowed, but it can still
Took an
see.
arrow to the knee.
It took an arrow to the knee. It can still see out of its one good eye, but it is still charging the gates. Davina, what do you do?
I'm gonna, because it worked so well last time, right? And like, there's nothing that could go wrong. I'm gonna try and throw my hand axe at its legs.
All right, roll a d20.
I got 15.
While you were unable to do that amazing boomerang move with your axe, you decided to instead opt it for a more straight-on shot. You fling your axe, and you are able to get it in its other knee, in the front, and its momentum has slowed even more, but it is not immobilized yet. So now it's moving even slower. Atarax, what do you do?
I cast Guardian of Faith at level 4, right in front of the gate.
Ooh, and what does that do?
It lasts 8 hours. It's good for 60 hit points worth of damage. So essentially, for what you're doing, it's good for like 60 points of damage against creatures when it fades off.
And every other Greyblade on top of the wall screams at you, "Why didn't you do that before?"
I was asking about the It's a high-level spell. Leave me alone. As I'm like still getting clawed by a wyvern.
Yeah, you're still being clawed by a wyvern. Do you want to do something about that?
I don't work well when I'm being criticized.
So, Atarax, roll me a d20. What do you do?
I'm gonna step straight up at that wyvern, take the sword, just take both hands, and just.
You keep going after the different dice. Good one.
All right.
16.
All right. You were actually going to have a really low DC to kill this wyvern, but you did so, and you just bisect this thing as you go through the chest and then back this way, and its head just, like, splits open. All right.
It's beautiful.
All right, Arios, what do you do?
Alright, I am going to go ahead and reload one of the cannons. Let's go ahead with Polo Sensi. We'll go first next. And that would be a 14.
All right, you are able to successfully reload his cannon. Coco's partner, what does he do?
He is going to reload Eden's cannon.
Thank you.
Roll a d20.
Nat 20.
Fuck yeah.
You load that cannon.
Boy.
You load that cannon so fucking hard.
Do I get
Fuck
two?
yeah, you do.
Do I get 2 cannonballs?
No.
Great shot.
We are now back at the top of the round. The monsters coming out of the tree line have not slowed down. In fact, you see what looks like not another woolly mammoth, but a bunch of smaller elephants that are now joining it to basically batter down the walls with that mammoth as the spearhead. This is the final turn for the sequence. What do you guys do? Starting with Polo.
I guess I'll try to hit furthest to the right, and maybe try to hit it so that maybe it'll fall, and like I'll try to hit it at an angle where maybe it falls and it trips over the other elephants.
Ah.
Kind of like a domino effect.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d20, and remember, you have inspiration.
Okay, so I can still roll a d6.
Yes.
All right. That's a good start. That is a 21.
Your plan bears fruit. You aim that cannon, and when you get to that sweet spot, you just know. You pull the string, that cannon goes straight into the left knee of the mammoth, and as it, like, suddenly realizes that it's... Okay, basically, the leg was like this, it's now like this.
Hey.
Hey, hell yeah.
So you have now sent this mammoth, like, toppling over to the left. And it actually does kind of do that thing in, like, Lord of the Rings Return of the King where they shoot the Oliphant and
Right.
it just makes them run into the next one. That's
I guess I was going for like a Legolas thing or something.
But yeah, your plan does work. Polo, you have successfully taken out the mammoth and a whole bunch of the elephants. However,
Nice.
there's like 3 more elephants from the other side that are still charging at you. Eden, your turn.
Thank you, Arios. You're one hell of a jazz player.
Shoot elephants.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no.
I got
Natural 1.
Ooh, that's no fun.
Hey, this is my first one.
Your cannon explodes.
Eden, you think you're ready? Oh, and we're joined by Annika tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, my Miss Leah, you're looking awfully ethereal right now.
Should I roll to corrupt?
Can I assist?
Of course.
I'm rolling to protect.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to stab her best friend at this point.
Anyways.
Love you.
Eden, you rolled a nat 1. Your aim is true. You're ready to go. You pull the string, and the string comes right out of the cannon.
Pull the string.
At this point, it's just better to chuck the cannonball.
Take it out and chuck.
Can we get an idea of how Logan is feeling about that?
Hey, okay, first off, Eden has been doing fairly well in this.
Everybody.
All right, Mistral, what do you do?
Okay, I am going to be aiming for one of those stupid elephants because I don't like how they look.
Valid.
I'm just like, no, I don't want you.
All right, roll a d20.
Can you? I hate this. Oh, you know what? Google Dice. They're on my side tonight because I'm too lazy to find wherever I put my other dice. I'm too lazy. I got a 19, man. Google Dice is on my side tonight.
All right, you shoot your harpoon.
Google Dice
You
is
just
generous.
jinxed it.
All right.
You just jinxed it.
You shoot your harpoon, and your aim is true, and it gets right in the head of one of the elephants, and it just kind of like topples over. There are 2 more elephants, as well as a whole other horde of monsters that are coming in. Coco, your turn.
Coco the clown.
9. So I feel like I didn't hit one.
You shoot your harpoon, and while you were able to successfully aim for one of the elephants, that harpoon just gets embedded in one of its tusks. It has not lost momentum. It just now looks even more angry than it typically is.
And Eden is just mumbling,
Davina, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna use my other hand axe, because I do have 2 of them, I'm gonna chuck it at the, I'm blanking on what it's called. We literally just said it.
Elephant.
Thank you. At the elephant's leg.
Elephant.
You can tell I'm so tired, right, y'all? All right, yes, I'm gonna chuck it at the elephant's leg.
Roll a d20.
That I didn't hit.
You're tired. Look at me.
Oh, I made a mistake using that. I got an 8.
Your axe, you fling it, and it does seem to make its mark, but it embedded itself in like the side of the elephant and it didn't hit anything vital. It just kind of roars out in pain as it just keeps charging.
Damn it!
Atarax,
I liked that axe.
Atarax, what do you do?
I'll never do that.
So I'm looking down at my friends with all these like cannons and harpoons. I'm like, these look like they're working pretty well. I want to cast spiritual weapon at level 4 in the shape of a cannon.
Okay, you twiddle your fingers and you wish upon a star, and then all of a sudden, appearing like to the left of the original cannons, is this very ornate-looking golden ivory cannon.
Oh, yeah.
That looks like it's just made of light and gold.
That's pretty cool.
18.
This is when you realize that his spiritual weapon doesn't shoot cannonballs. He pulls the string, and a giant blue beam of light shoots out of the cannon and blasts off. Yeah, it's literally a Kamehameha wave out of this cannon as one of the elephant's legs is literally shot off.
I'll take off a pair of sunglasses. That's pure radiant energy, baby.
And Logan is very confused.
Why didn't you fucking do that earlier?
Heat of the moment.
All right.
That's the court of the night. Just everybody looking at Atarax, going, "Why didn't you do that earlier?"
No, the quote of the night is your aim is true.
Yeah, I have been saying that a lot. I'm sorry. Arios, what do you do?
I am going to reload Eden's cannon.
Can't. I have no string.
Restring it.
Fine, I'll restring your cannon.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, roll a d20.
Yeah, you my cannon.
That was I'm sorry, it's dark. 13.
All right. It does.
Davina looks down and says, "It's okay. He's good with knots." I mean.
Carly, did you hear that?
Carly didn't at all.
No, I'm sorry.
She's not thirsty enough for that.
Okay.
Says the one that posted it. You are not living it down.
I know, and it was totally unintentional too.
So Carly, would you like to hear what Liam said?
Yeah, sorry.
I said, Davina looks down and says, "It's okay. He's good with knots." I mean.
What?
There we go.
Guys.
All right. It does take a while, but you're able to somehow take 2 pieces of metal, get it in the tiny hole where the string is, and you just kind of pull it out a little bit more so you can at least have a length of string that you can still tug and grab. Or grab and tug.
Either way.
I mean, Arios is good with his hands.
Oh, god damn it.
All right.
My cannon, baby.
All right, so you successfully fixed the cannon. Coco's partner, what does he do?
We'll call him Goddard for now. Goddard is going to reload Coco's harpoon, and I got a 12.
All right, you do successfully reload the harpoon. All right. We are now back at the top of the round. At this moment, while you were able to take out the majority of the horde, it is still charging hard and fast out of the tree line. and there was still one elephant left. This elephant rams right into the wall. I need you all to make acrobatic saving throws.
Oh boy.
Do I still have bardic inspiration or
I'm
not?
not good at those.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. So this
Yes,
is,
acrobatics is good. Okay. That roll was
Okay.
not.
Okay, +1 for.
We're doing acrobatics.
yes.
Saving throw.
Do I do a modifier for that?
Acrobatics.
There's an acrobatics modifier.
Okay, Coco got an 18 and Goddard got an 18.
Would Davina and I have to do it?
Yeah, I just realized Davina and Atarax don't have to worry about this because they're in the air.
Oh.
Fine, yeah.
So you guys are fine. Those of you that are on the wall, okay, so Eden, what did you get?
A dirty 20.
Mistral, what did you get?
12.
And
I'm going to, for Arios, I'm going to use Flash of Genius and give them an additional +5.
Yes.
so 14.
I love you, new friend.
And Polo, what did you
Go Gadget, Robot Arm.
Okay, there's no modifiers for acrobatics.
For this
Yes, there
one,
is.
there is.
There's literally an acrobatics modifier.
And then I sent you a DM, babe.
Dexterity? Which one is it?
Acrobatic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
I
literally
guess,
acrobatics.
I'll ask +2.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so I guess I got a 17 then.
All right, perfect. The elephant slams right into the wall, and while all of you are able to actually get a good grip on the wall or the cannons and such, Arios, unfortunately, because you were actually not close to any of them in time, the DC was 15. You had 14.
Damn it.
You were unable to successfully keep a good footing on the wall, and you are sent falling off the platform, and you land hard on your back at the ground level on the streets of Lunas. And you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Do I fall too?
What did you roll, Mistral?
I rolled a 12.
Yeah, the exact same thing happens to you.
No!
Dang it, I should have saved my reaction for Featherfall.
Wait, what? Oh, how much is the damage, sir?
I'm rolling it right now.
Oh, okay.
You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that's fine. I'm still alive.
All right. So Arios and Mistral, you are the only ones that have landed on the ground. Meanwhile, just before you guys are able to get up, Logan runs up to you to see if you're okay.
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
And it's
good, bro.
And it's
I
at
ain't losing no one today. No one dies on my watch.
And it's at that moment that the three of you feel the ground shake.
Do you guys feel that? It feels like the ground is shaking.
Wow, don't look so worried, Mistral.
I pull out
I don't think
a
Mistral-
metal claws. This.
All right.
I don't think Mistral was in the proper place mentally to be able to handle heavy equipment like that.
She's still in shock from the fall, okay, guys? She just fell and hurt herself.
Oh.
The three of you feel the ground shake beneath your feet as a huge cracked bump appears underneath the road. And then again, it gets bigger until the earth actually cracks open and crawling out from under the very road of Lunas itself, you see a massive, much darker skinned bullet that just crawls out of the ground, and it looks at the three of you, and it does not look happy.
Alright.
Are you okay? I think you're lost. Yeah, you're not from here. You're lost. Like, go back.
Wrong turn somewhere back there. Hold on. You need to crawl back down that hole.
All
Turn around.
There's not. This is actually going to be a surprise round, as the bullet just came out of the ground right before you, and it is going to attack Logan here. By the way, this short little fight is going to be a little bit more of a traditional style fight. It's just the three of you against this bullet, and I have already decided your initiative orders. But because the bullet basically had a surprise attack on you, it's first going to roll to attack against Logan. Logan, what is your AC?
18.
All right, it misses. It charges at you and is about to chomp at you. However, you just quickly sidestep out of the way. Like, you faced bigger things like this before. You've been doing this for years.
Bitch, you want to go?
That being said,
catch these hands, catch these claws.
That being said, Logan, it's your turn.
Ooh. How far is it from me?
It's like right at melee range. It just tried to chomp at you.
And can somebody in the Discord show me what a black
I'm raging.
I'll send it.
I gotcha.
Oh yeah, he got you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, first I'm raging. So I got my rage going. And then I am going to do the first of my attacks. I'm going to try attack it with my Bakna here, which is my metal claws. See, does a 21 hit?
Yes, definitely.
Cool.
I put it in general in case anybody else wants to see it.
That will be 8.
All right, 8 damage. You take your claw and you just like jab it right in the side of this thing. Despite bullets known for having like a hard, almost metal-like carapace, you are still able to like pierce this thing pretty good. It screams out in pain, but it is still moving right now. Mistral, it is now your turn.
I got 2 attacks. Bro.
Oh, you got 2 attacks. Never mind.
It's a dual weapon, dual wielding 2 attack. I actually would be 3 if I didn't.
Oh, that thing.
And this one is going to be 19.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Sabrina, you still awake?
And that one is going to be 5 damage.
Go to bed.
Oh yeah, that definitely hurts too. It's not looking in good shape, but it's still kind of moving. And oh dear.
Hello?
It's fine. Keep going.
Hello?
Mistral, what do you do?
Okay, so Mistral is gonna look like a cool person for a second. So I am going to extend my hand towards this creature, and I am going to project poison spray into its face.
All right, do it.
They must succeed, or actually, I would prefer if they fail, a Constitution saving throw of 16.
All right, 16.
All right.
All right. It fails. It rolled a 13.
Perfect. I'm gonna give it some damage, and hold on, since I have this as hold on. I'm just seeing. How high are we? Okay, so 2. 1, 2. I give it 22 points of damage.
Damn! God damn!
You
Poggers.
This girl.
When that thing opens its massive maw in agony right when Logan stabbed it with its claw, you took this opportunity to run up and just give a full poison spray straight into its mouth. That thing just coughs and gags for a moment before it just collapses to the ground. The bullet is now dead.
Sweet.
I like you, kid. You got style.
Take care of that.
She's getting, she is great. She'll spray you with poison in your face.
As you guys now are able to kind of get yourselves back up, you feel another rumble down the earth. And you see before you, down the road, several more bullet burrows that are just popping through the street. And not only are the bullets coming out and running amok, but the animals themselves from the forest are using these new tunnels to breach the walls and enter the city itself.
No, you guys are lost. Turn around. Go back.
Mistral turns into a Karen, basically saying, "You don't belong here!"
This is not your place.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
You are destroying the resale value of our homes here. I will contact the HOA.
Oh, I
would like to speak to your manager.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought this was Ludus.
There was someone that tried to hit their hairdresser because they had I want to be politically correct here. I believe she was an Asian assistant because she was like, "Get out! I don't want her here." And then the shop owner was like, "No, you need to leave." So yeah.
Wow.
That was what I thought.
That is
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh.
Yeah. One of those.
So
anyway.
So everyone sees all of you see before you that the streets are now getting peppered with these bullet burrow holes, and the monsters from outside the walls are now using these tunnels to get inside of the city. All available Greyblades are now basically running amok, trying to do their best to keep all of these monsters from attacking civilians. It's not starting well. Just more and more monsters are starting to come through these burrows and enter the city. You guys are now actually free to leave the cannons and come to the ground level.
Am I able to, go towards some of the burrows and spray some poisonous spray into the hole?
You can certainly try.
Okay, what would you like me to do to try?
I would say, considering that you're using your poison spray as a normal, out of combat action, and it's not actually in combat, roll me a d20. Does poison spray use a spell slot?
No, it's a cantrip.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry guys, I haven't used it yet, but I guess I'll use it from now on.
Thanks.
I just rolled a 9.
All right, you are able to spray a small cloud of poison. The cloud is effective, but it's kind of thin looking. But you are able to kind of make a little stationary cloud that just sits above the entrance of the burrow. Meanwhile, at this time, if you also so choose to, this is kind of like the default here. All of you are free to leave your post and regroup down at the ground level. So what are you guys doing?
Who needs to be healed? Because I can use heal hands.
I don't know if anyone took damage, did we?
I mean, not that bad of damage, but Mistral and
I'll equip my great axe, sir. That's what I'm doing.
So no healing?
No.
No, I don't need any healing. Coco's gonna pick up Goddard, and he's gonna bring him down. Cause I assume it's a ladder to get down. He's fireman style, having him over his shoulders as he's climbing down the ladder. Aww. And then he sits down. He raises one arm. He raises his robotic arm, and out pops a shield. And it kind of extends from his arm and kind of just pops out, and then he takes out his longsword. And then can I run up to one of the oh wait, they aren't actually so the burrows, they're coming out, and then beasts are flooding into the city through the burrows.
Yes.
Can I go up to one of them and cast a web over it to kind of keep them in.
All right.
Would that work?
I will allow you to do that. Roll me a d20.
D20. Yes. That is a 13.
All right, you do have a webbing now ensnared over the entrance of this burrow hole. It's a little bit thin, but it looks like it can be effective, but it doesn't look like it's going to hold for long. If anything, it's just going to buy you for some minutes.
All right, good enough. It's better than nothing.
Is anyone else going to do anything while you regroup?
I think I'm going to stay at my cannon, because I think somebody has to.
All right, Polo is choosing to stay at the cannon. What's everyone else doing? Davina, what are you doing?
I just said I equipped my axe.
But where are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I landed, and I'm with the group.
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah,
My bad.
I flew in too.
Okay, so Polo is staying behind at the cannon. So far, everyone is regrouping. Anyone else doing anything just to be certain?
I feel like someone should also be at, like, a harpoon, but that's just me.
Or maybe, like... Actually, can I backtrack a little? Since Polo's staying at up there, I'm going to do everything else the same, except I'm going to leave Goddard up there to help him reload if need be.
All right, I'll allow it for this specific situation. So now Polo has some assistance with the cannon.
Would my animal handling do any good for Goddard?
Also, yeah. He has the mind of a regular dog, but the robotic body.
Yeah, I'll leave it up to the artificer for this one.
I won't worry about it right now. I just wanted to know.
Okay. That being said, let me just see. Like, it was Mistral, then Arios, then Logan. Aside from Polo, because he's not physically there with you guys, what are each of your perception modifiers?
+6.
For everybody, or for just the people like listed?
For everyone but Polo, because he's still up on top of the wall. I'm just talking about the people that have regrouped on the street.
+5.
My modifier for perception is a +2, DM.
Okay,
I have a +6 with advantage.
I got +4.
Wait, perception you have a +6 with advantage? How do you have advantage?
Because of one of my wondrous items, Eyes of the Eagle.
All right, and Davina, what was yours?
1.
+1? Oh, I thought I heard 5.
No, I said 1.
Okay. Atarax is 4. Okay. Atarax and Coco, I need you both to make perception checks.
Perception!
25.
Damn. But it's no 26.
It's no 26.
So close.
17.
17 and 25, you said?
Yeah.
All right, give me just a moment. All right. Atarax and Coco, as you are looking around at the chaos that is erupting in this street, your eyes catch something off to the side. And you can see past the buildings, like the actual beach of the sea that the city of Lunas is built off of. And you see the tides of the water go in and out and in and out. And then out. And they keep going out.
Oh, that's never good.
Problem.
The water is receding from the beach.
It's Godzilla, run!
This is definitely tsunami territory, folks.
And you see
This cannot be good.
way far off in the distance, a water swell slowly rise up, and it's coming towards the city.
Oh gosh.
Now for both Atarax and Coco, because you're the ones who noticed this right away, I need you both to roll me a second perception check.
Oh boy.
22.
22.
17 again.
Okay.
13.
Coco, you're the only one to notice this so far because we'll just say that you have telescopic Terminator vision. Yeah, exact. No, it's like Bender from Futurama. Your eyes actually physically extend out of your head.
Yes.
Here, let me look
With
inside
like
this
the
box.
adjustments of Wall-E.
You see, as you zoom into this giant water swell, what looks like a huge black shape inside the water of this wave coming right towards the city. And you can
Guys,
see...
there's something big in the waters.
And you can tell that it is a massive sperm whale. And it is coming right for...
That's awesome, but so terrifying.
And sad. You see it coming right towards the city inside this tidal wave. At that moment, Volthric very lightly drops down from the lighthouse, and he slowly walks towards the beach, takes his sword, and with both hands jams it right into the sand.
Like Moses.
Actually, the opposite of Moses in this case, because just shooting out of the sand itself is a massive, thick wall of ice. And it just shoots out of the sand, basically separating the entire city itself from this wave. You can hear the wave get closer and closer. And then there is a massive sound of what sounds like a huge, solid, stone-like mass shattering and cracking. And you realize it's the ice wall. That crack gets bigger and bigger, and you hear just this low, monstrous groan as that sperm whale you saw is able to somehow battery ram through the ice wall using the momentum of the tidal wave.
Dear Jeebus.
Good luck making fan art of that.
While the sperm whale was unfortunately killed in this assault, that's when you all hear another noise. Crab people. And you're right. Crawling over the side of this now dead sperm whale is what looks like massive purple crabs. And they're slowly they're slowly crawling into the streets. And anyone that they can get their hands on, they're just like chopping in half with their claws. And now you realize that this battle has not only have you defending from the forest side, but the ocean side as well. And we will pick this up next week. Hopefully next week. Hopefully next week.
Yeah, hopefully next week.
We'll see how it goes.
We will
Also, yes, I did post a picture of Laboon from One Piece in the general chat because you're a fucking monster for putting that, for doing a sperm whale that rams its head into the fucking wall, you monster.
And you just had to have baby Laboon with still living Brooke.
Yeah.
Oh,
Laboon is babe.
Laboon is best whale.
Get the reference.
One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece.
Then you'll understand the reference.
I'm sorry, I was not thinking of Laboon when I talked about
No,
this.
I immediately, as soon as you said a sperm whale, I'm like, I swear to God, Evan, if you do this, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, and he did. And he did.
And he did.
You fucking
Oh man, guys, thank you so much for joining episode 25 of the Song of the Wilds. We are now 1/4 of the way to 100 chapters in this what people say is a pretty decent campaign.
It was supposed to be a 2-shot.
It was supposed to be a 2-shot, but you guys are gluttons for punishment apparently.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yes, Daddy.
like we had announced before we started playing, there is a very good probability that next week we are not going to have a session because, again, my lovely girlfriend and I are going to be moving into a new place, so we're going to most likely have to commit our free time to the move-in process and not Dungeons and Dragons, which is a very sad decision, but we have to make the adult decision here. So stay posted on the Instagram, Song of the Wilds Official, and the Twitter, SOTWDND. And be on the lookout for any updates and other fun little things we'll be talking about. And hopefully, closer to next Sunday, we'll get official confirmation if we'll be playing then or not. But until then, stay patient, have fun, and we will see you all, well, next time.
We love you guys.
Stay frosty.
Bye.
Next time. Have a good night.